What is going on, everybody? I hope you are having a great day. We are going to do another meme review. You guys have been requesting it. I promised I would do it. Some of my students have sent me some memes to look through. So this is going to be Teacher Reacts to Memes from Students Part 2. Let's get it. Before I get started, I want to point out some things behind me. You might be wondering what this giant green and gray thing is. That is my new surfboard. And below that, if you see those two weights, those are adjustable dumbbells. I'll talk more about those two things in a future video, but those are two purchases that I'm very excited I got. Anyways, without further ado, let's jump into these memes. So these are online school memes sent to me by one of my previous students. So shout out Bizarrely Days. I'm not gonna reveal his actual name. That's his YouTube username. Anyways, let's see what these are like. When the teacher leaves the Zoom class and Zoom makes you the host, I see no God up here other than me. I like that. I like that. That's funny. Yeah, I don't think I've ever left my Zoom class. There was one time where my Wi-Fi dropped and then it came back like 30 seconds later, and all the kids were like, "Oh my gosh, mister, what happened? Where'd you go?" So maybe it was something like that. I don't know what actually happened in those 30 seconds when I was kicked out of my own Zoom, but yeah, who knows? Maybe one of my students felt like a god. All right, let's see this one. You will have to show us your face so we know you are there. Advanced class. Laughing. I don't get this one. Help me out, guys. I don't get it. When students go back to school and chat with their friends again, the kids' parents when they leave the house. That's facts. I've heard, you know, since we've gone online and everything's been on Zoom now, and kids are at home with their parents all day, I've been seeing all these memes of teachers are amazing. I don't know how they deal with so many children all day long. I can barely handle my 2 or 3 kids at home. So that's funny. All right, the 4 horsemen of Zoom. The shy kid, the bad connection kid, the green screen kid, and the sleepy kid. That's hilarious. There are definitely some shy kids which just give me a blank screen, and we're working on that, but they're still there. There definitely is the connection unstable. I have a few students that when they talk, their voice will kind of sound like a robot and kind of skip a little bit because of the connection sometimes. That's very true. Green screen kid, I would say that this is more so some of my students try to use a backdrop, but the backdrop feature is not very good on Zoom, and especially with their computers, because they have these Chromebooks that aren't very good at using the backdrop feature. So I'll usually just see a blurred image of their face with the earth behind it or whatever their background is. And then I've definitely seen the sleepy kid. I have this one student every morning during advisory, he hops on our Zoom call in bed and he looks half asleep. He's there and he's present, but he's always in his bed. And I think that's hilarious. So that is very true. Teacher, the test will close if you leave the site, so it will prevent cheating. The student with double monitors. In particular, you will never arrive at the truth. I don't get the meme exactly. I think having double monitors wouldn't really help you cheat though. Because I guess, yeah, because you're not allowed to open the test twice as well. Because at least the way I give my tests, they're on Google Classroom, and you can only open and take the test one time. So yeah. All right. Turn your camera on. I know all of yours work. Only one student told me theirs doesn't work. That student. That's so true. Just straight chilling. Yep. I actually had a student who, for a while, told me that their camera was broken, and then I was on a parent-teacher conference with them, and their camera was on. I was like, wait a minute, your camera isn't broken. And then from then on in my class, you better believe they had their camera on. When you change your name to the teacher and tell all the students they are free to go and change your name back to your real name. Another day, another concerningly narrow escape. When you change your name to the... Oh my gosh. Yeah, you know, one class period, my students started changing their names. And then I realized that there was a function on Zoom where you can make it so that they can't change their name. So then I did that, and I haven't had any problems since. Other teachers, we will learn how to do this stuff and make sure we do a quiz every Friday, which is not KHMS. That's our school, by the way. Science teachers, okay, class, I will teach you a lesson and you will understand it by playing a Kahoot and a very simple quiz on Friday. Carefully, he's a hero. I have noticed by asking my students, they do love Kahoot. So I do try to incorporate Kahoots. I'm still working on getting like good experiment ideas on Zoom. So if you guys have any ideas for me of like virtual experiments I can do with my students, drop them in the comments below. Why didn't you do the work or the homework? You get a 1 and have to explain to the whole class. Oh my gosh. I would never make a student explain that to the whole class. But let's see what this is. Oh my gosh. Well, I hope that my homework is not useless. I don't think it is, and I usually don't give too much homework, so I haven't really experienced this in my class, really. But I guess, you know, some teachers do like to assign busy work. I don't really believe in that. I think everything that I assign should have a purpose and be building some sort of skill in my students. The teacher tells you to unmute yourself to share out your answer. No, I don't think I will. Yeah, you know, to be fair, I do have a few students that do that. I think though, I sent out a survey and some of them told me like that they're more shy to talk on Zoom, and some of them just are like, you know, it takes me like a little while to gather myself and be ready to talk. So I found for me what works really well is giving a longer waiting time rather than, you know, like asking a question to a student and waiting 5 seconds. If they don't answer, then like getting mad or calling them out or anything. I usually give them like 10 to 20 seconds because some of them just need that extra time to gather their thoughts, prepare mentally to unmute themselves. It's kind of awkward on Zoom, you know? So anyways, that's been helping a lot. And I'd say the majority, like 95% of my students will answer a question when I call them. So to me, I think that's pretty good. When you are in Zoom and the bar drops by 1, the quality. That's facts right there. When the 2 smart kids in class get two different answers, they're battling it out. That's right. That's where I step in, right? As the teacher, I'm like, help guide their thinking a little bit so it's not a battle. But we do try to have a lot of academic discourse in my class where students are free to agree or disagree with each other, but do so in a respectful way. All right, the test was hard, but I managed to complete. Yeah, it was. Also, the next page was harder. The what? Oh my gosh, when I was in school, I actually did this one time. There was a bio test that I was taking for AP Bio in high school, and I finished the test, I turned it in. Literally this exact scenario happened to me where my friends were talking about like, oh, this one free response question on the last page was so hard and like talking about it. And I was like, what free response question? And I totally like didn't do it. I didn't even see it. Yeah, that was crazy. My bio teacher wouldn't let me make it up too. I told him that I forgot, and he was like, or that I didn't see that the question was there, and he wouldn't let me make it up. But to be fair, I learned my lesson from that. After that, throughout the rest of high school and college, every time I got an exam, I would flip through all the pages to see how long it was and how many questions there were, and then I would start, just to make sure that I would never miss a question. Because that is not a good feeling. I can relate to that. Teacher looking for the perfect answer to show the class. I can see that you're only interested in the exceptionally rare. Looking for the perfect answer so that I can show the class. Yeah, I mean, that happens sometimes, but I've also realized that if you as the teacher, or like if I am not finding the answer that I'm looking for, or it's very rare, that usually means that I didn't give clear enough directions to my students to be successful in answering the question. Does that make sense? Otherwise, the majority of the students should be on the right track or have the right answer. I finally finished Algebra 1. Math teacher, there is another. That is true. There's Algebra 2. That's pretty funny. Yep. I think Algebra 2 was pretty cool, actually, if I remember. We did some cool stuff in Algebra 2. So if you're about to go into Algebra 2, look forward to it. I think you would do some pretty cool stuff in that class. What the substitute teacher sees. The Joker on the desk. Is that Jerry right there? Family Guy, a duck running around. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you know, last year when we were in the classroom, there were times where we would have a substitute teacher that just could not control a class. And so what we did as teachers was each of us would rotate during our free period. We would go into the classroom and check on them and get the kids to quiet down and listen to the substitute teacher, because they listened to all of us because we were their actual teachers. But if there was a substitute that was not, you know, I guess like strict enough or didn't command respect, then kids are going to be kids and they're going to walk all over you. So yeah, I have seen the classroom like this before, and I had to step in sometimes last year. Yeah, that's... I remember, guys, actually, I remember there was this one substitute teacher where like the classroom was like this. It was utter chaos. None of the kids were doing any of the work. And the substitute teacher was sitting at the desk on her phone. And I was like, bro, are you kidding me? Like, this is your job. You're being paid to keep this classroom in order and help these kids do their work. But yeah, anyways, wild times. Battle Royale, Minecraft, Hunger Games. My students love Minecraft. They're begging me to play, but then I'd have to buy the game, and I ain't about that life. So we've been playing Among Us and Roblox, and those are pretty fun. Among Us is really fun. Roblox, I feel like it's overhyped. I don't know, maybe I just haven't gotten into it enough. I haven't found enough good games, but I feel like it's overhyped. I've only played like 2 or 3 games. I think I played the piggy one. It was like a killer pig tries to hunt you down. I played the Tower of Hell, where you just like keep climbing this tower endlessly. I couldn't get past level 1. I just kept falling off the map. Maybe that's why I don't like Roblox. And then the third game I played, somebody is like the murderer, and they like have a certain amount of time. They run around and kill people. It's not as violent as it sounds, don't worry. Like, you're probably like, oh my gosh, you're playing this with your students. No, it's like, it's not violent, but it's, yeah, I don't know. Comment below what your favorite Roblox game is if you play Roblox, and maybe you can add me. My username is ZRFitness. I don't play it that much because I haven't really gotten into it, but you know, maybe I will in the future. Okay. Me and the squad trying to catch the coronavirus so we can skip work. Oh no, please don't do that. You don't want to catch it. I've gotten it, guys. If you haven't seen my video from like, I think it was March or April, I confirmed actually that I got it because one of my friends who I was quarantining with got tested and had the antibodies, meaning that she got the virus. So that means that me and my other 2 friends, we were quarantining as like a quarantine family or whatever. That means all 4 of us got it. And that was like a week after school got out, so we might have gotten it from school. We don't really know where. As teachers, we were exposed to so many people before we went into quarantine that it's kind of hard to know when. But yeah, don't get coronavirus. Stay safe, everybody. I believe that was the last meme. So this concludes my meme review part 2. Drop it a like and a comment if you enjoyed it. Let me know if you want a part 3. If we get to, let's say 20 likes, I'm gonna do what all YouTubers that I watch do, but I've never done it myself. So if we get to 20 likes, which is not that many, but for me that's a lot, then I will do a part 3 of this. Also, if you have more memes, send them to me at zachronafitness@gmail.com. I love to read your memes. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, because I post new videos every single week, and I will see you in the next one.